Are the Warriors about to make the biggest mistake of their dynasty by letting pride and penny-pinching destroy their future? The Golden State Warriors are standing at a crossroads that could define the next decade of their franchise, and frankly, it's infuriating to watch them fumble what should be a straightforward decision. Jonathan Kuminga, a 21-year-old forward with all-star potential, is being courted by multiple teams while his own organization plays hardball over money that amounts to pocket change for a franchise worth billions. The Phoenix Suns and Sacramento Kings have put concrete offers on the table for Kuminga, but the Warriors are acting like they're holding a royal flush when they might actually be staring at a losing hand. This isn't just about one player. It's about a franchise that built its dynasty on smart investments, now potentially throwing away their future because they can't see past their own stubborn expectations. What makes this situation particularly maddening is that we're watching the Warriors repeat the same mistakes that have cost other franchises their championship windows. They're nickel-and-diming a young talent while their aging core burns through what might be their final years of contention. It's the kind of short-sighted thinking that turns dynasties into cautionary tales. The offers that should have Warriors' attention. Let's break down what's actually on the table, because the Warriors' dismissive attitude toward these offers reveals a troubling disconnect from reality. The Phoenix Suns have reportedly centered their package around Grayson Allen, with potential additions including Nick Richards, Royce O'Neal, and Oso Ighodaro, plus draft compensation. On paper, this might not sound like a blockbuster, but let's examine what they're actually offering. Allen is a legitimate three-point threat who shot 46.1% from deep last season and brings playoff experience. Richards is a young center with upside, and O'Neal provides veteran leadership and versatility. The package might also include draft assets, which the Warriors desperately need to replenish their depleted pipeline. But here's where it gets frustrating. The Warriors have reportedly shown little interest, primarily because of Allen's $16.9 million salary. Think about that for a moment. They're potentially passing on a proven shooter who could help their aging core because they're worried about a contract that represents less than what they spend on team meals during the playoffs. The Sacramento Kings' offer is even more intriguing. They're reportedly willing to part with rookie guard Devin Carter, veteran forward Dario Saric, and a protected first-round pick. Carter was a lottery pick just months ago, selected 13th overall, with the exact kind of defensive upside and motor that should excite any front office. Yet, the Warriors are holding out for Keegan Murray or Keon Ellis, players that Sacramento has zero incentive to trade. It's like walking into a restaurant, ignoring the entire menu, and demanding they cook something that's not available. The arrogance is staggering. The real cost of stubborn negotiations. What's most infuriating about this situation is the Warriors' apparent belief that they hold all the leverage. They're acting like teams should be grateful for the opportunity to trade for Kuminga, when the reality is that he's a restricted free agent who clearly wants out and has multiple suitors ready to pay him significantly more than Golden State is offering. Kuminga is reportedly seeking a contract in the $25 to $30 million per year range, while the Warriors have offered around $20 million annually over 3 years. That $5 to $10 million difference might seem significant, but for a franchise that's already paying luxury tax penalties, it's a drop in the ocean compared to the potential cost of losing a 21-year-old with legitimate star potential. The Warriors seem to have forgotten that they're not just negotiating with Kuminga, they're negotiating with time itself. Stephen Curry is 36, Draymond Green is 34, and their championship window is rapidly closing. Every day they spend haggling over a few million dollars is another day closer to the end of their competitive relevance. The bigger picture. A dynasty in denial. This Kuminga situation is symptomatic of a larger problem with the Warriors' front office philosophy. They've become so accustomed to success that they seem to believe the rules of roster construction don't apply to them. They're treating a 21-year-old who averaged 16.1 points and 4.8 rebounds last season like he's some sort of luxury they can afford to lose. But here's the harsh reality. The Warriors' championship core is aging rapidly, and they have very few young assets to either develop or trade. Kuminga represents their best hope for a smooth transition to the post-Curry era, yet they're risking his departure over what amounts to a rounding error in their overall payroll. The most maddening part is that we've seen this movie before. The Oklahoma City Thunder traded James Harden to avoid paying him. The Seattle Seahawks let their championship defense dissolve over contract disputes. The New England Patriots let Tom Brady walk away. History is littered with franchises that got too comfortable and lost sight of what actually matters. The luxury tax excuse that doesn't hold water. The Warriors' reluctance to pay Kuminga might be rooted in luxury tax concerns, but this excuse falls apart under scrutiny. This is a franchise that's already committed to paying astronomical tax penalties for their current roster construction. Adding $5 to $10 million to Kuminga's deal wouldn't fundamentally change their financial situation. It would just ensure they keep a valuable asset. Moreover, the Warriors are owned by Joe Lacob, who has repeatedly stated his commitment to winning championships regardless of cost. If that commitment is genuine, then paying Kuminga should be a no-brainer. If it's not, then fans deserve to know that their team's championship aspirations are being limited by financial considerations. The irony is that the Warriors' penny-pinching approach might actually cost them more in the long run. If they lose Kuminga for nothing, they'll have to replace his production through free agency or trades, likely at a higher cost and with less upside. The psychological impact on team culture beyond the immediate roster implications. This situation sends a troubling message about the Warriors' priorities. How does it look to other young players on the roster when the organization won't pay a key contributor who's clearly outperformed his rookie contract? Players pay attention to how their teammates are treated, and the Warriors' handling of Kuminga's situation could have ripple effects throughout the organization. If they're willing to let a 21-year-old with all-star potential walk away over money, what does that say about their commitment to building for the future? The Warriors built their championship culture on concepts like loyalty, commitment, and family. But business decisions like this one reveal the harsh reality that those concepts only apply when they're convenient. The window for redemption, despite their frustrating approach so far, the Warriors still have time to salvage this situation. They could accept one of the trade offers on the table, or they could simply pay Kuminga what he's worth and keep him in the fold. Either option would be better than the current standoff that benefits no one. But time is running out, and every day that passes without resolution hurts the Warriors' position. Kuminga could sign an offer sheet with another team, forcing Golden State to either match or receive nothing in return. The teams making offers could withdraw them and pursue other targets. The Warriors' leverage, such as it is, diminishes with each passing day. The verdict, a test of championship mentality, this Kuminga situation, will ultimately reveal whether the Warriors are still a championship-caliber organization or just another team that's lost its way. Championship teams make difficult decisions to keep their core together and build for the future. Mediocre teams get caught up in financial considerations and lose sight of what actually matters. The Warriors have built their reputation on being smarter than everyone else, on finding value where others see problems, on making the tough decisions that separate champions from pretenders. Their handling of the Kuminga situation will be a litmus test of whether that reputation is still deserved. If they let a 21-year-old all-star caliber player walk away because they're too proud to pay market rate or too stubborn to accept reasonable trade offers, then they'll have failed that test spectacularly. The cost won't just be measured in wins and losses. It'll be measured in the erosion of everything that made the Warriors special in the first place. This whole Kuminga situation has me genuinely angry because it feels like watching a great organization make preventable mistakes. What's your take on this? Should the Warriors just pay him what he's asking for, or are they right to draw a line in the sand? And which of these trade offers would you take if you were running Golden State? Let me know in the comments, because I need to know if I'm overreacting or if this is as frustrating to watch as I think it is. Hit that like button if you think the Warriors are playing with fire here.